Hey there, here we are. We are at the end of week 28. That is 7 months in. We are 7 months on the property now. Oh my God. It's really wild how incredibly fast the time has gone. Like, the first several months seemed so slow because it was winter and I didn't know anything and things weren't working like heat and hot water, and it was pretty crazy at the beginning. But now as summer goes on, I'm kind of settling into it. And it has been, notice Gracie has her little thunder shirt on. It has been raining and raining and raining a little more. We are just trying to stay out of it so we don't get waterlogged. That's kind of what it looks like at this point in time. So there's been a lot of looking at the flowers and the veggies, and I've continued to harvest. I've gotten more and more okras and peppers, and I'm about to tomorrow I'm going to be intentional about getting some more basil now that I can use the dehydrator. Yeah, because all the other basil is in plastic bags in my freezer, which means that they have to be dropped in and used right away because otherwise they just turn to mush. Yeah. So learning as I go, but I'm continuing to harvest things. Tomatoes from over in the big garden. This garden, the kitchen garden, I continue to battle the little wheel bugs, but I think I've got it down to a pretty small number of them at this point in time, and I keep applying my my Bronner's soapy water with a little bit of baking soda to it. So who knows, I may get it conquered, I may not get it conquered. We'll just keep rolling. It will be time for fall planting soon. So, we just get to see what we do get to create between now and that point in time when I start rearranging the beds and pulling some things out and getting ready for fall. So that will be the next exciting adventure here. And between now and then, the plants love the water. So they are all extremely happy in all the locations, like over in the big garden where I have six raised beds over there and a whole bunch of fruit trees in the ground assorted around over there. Then we've got, well, actually there's 4 locations. I've got the Wildflower garden that is going wild, by the way. It is so happy. I got two new little fountains, and I have another new little fountain coming tomorrow just because of the heat. Even though it's raining, it burst rain and then it's hot. So I want to make sure that I have things to collect the rainwater in, so that any of the little wildlife that does want water, it gets to have water. So the Wildflower garden is wild, like the seeds are all coming up with little tiny beautiful wildflowers in all different colors, and oh my God, it makes me smile constantly. And then we've got the kitchen garden over here, which like I said, other than the tomatoes, it just keeps giving me tons of peppers and tons of basil. What else is hiding in there? Eggplants and okras. So the eggplants I have not harvested yet, and I'm waiting just a little bit longer with those, but soon there will be eggplant harvesting going on here too. I think that's like one of the next things that I'll hopefully be getting out of the ground. Or it's actually, they're on the ground, the eggplants, because they have trooped over to touch the ground because they're heavy. They're not actually growing in the ground, folks. Yep, just for those of you that think that I've lost my mind. So, and then there is what's happening here on the deck. The deck is just, Gracie and I barely have room to sit here. It is extraordinary with just all kinds of incredible things. I have a new avocado plant here, and I have a star fruit. The comfrey is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The lavender that is here on the deck is doing okay. My lavender everywhere else got too waterlogged, I think is what happened with it, and it all just petered out on me. But here on the deck, they're doing well. And everything else, the coffee, the loquat. I brought my loquat from the big garden. I brought it over here to see if it could repair itself over here. I think it was just getting too hot in the garden no matter where I put it over in the big garden. The moringa trees are like bushy and really, 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 really growing, which is so extraordinary. So is the lemongrass. So is my leaf of life. The Tulsi, the holy Tulsi basil. Those three plants are doing great. And all the bananas up here, both the ice cream bananas and the Kavanaugh bananas, all have new little leaves coming up. They just keep popping leaves. I keep threatening to put the ice cream bananas in the ground over by the big garden, but I'm waiting to have a few more conversations with people that know better than me before I jump and do that. And then finally what we have is I have some cacao, I have coffee, I think I already said that, and I have two different types of elderberry. And they have just, they got delivered last week and the week before, and they are coming to life with all of the rain. And I think the deck provides the right amount of shade and sun for everyone. I think that's why plants do so well here. They get morning shade from that way, and they get late afternoon shade coming in this way, and then they are not in the direct sun in the heat of the day where everybody over in the big garden gets all jacked up over there. So I think that's working really well. Now, what else happened this week, Kim? Well, several things. I put some amendments in the house. I have not found the right person to take care of my doors. My French doors both got jacked up when the tiny house, the shipping container tiny house, was delivered to me. And we've done the best we could to make sure that they close, but they're off. Like they're definitely off. And I have put material underneath the door, sweepers underneath the door, and I have put blockers around the doors. And what happens is when it rains hard, which it did this week, when it rains hard and it rains in a particular angle, now I get how this plays, it's just very funny, and it rains at a particular angle, it manages to come inside. How about that? So I get very worried about mold. I am in Florida. Mold is a problem in Florida. Good luck showing me someone who has never had mold that lives in Florida. It just happens. You know, the heat, the humidity, the rain, it happens. So we all learn to do whatever we need to do, and that's what I got handled this week. I got two things. I got a dehumidifier for inside the house. There's another video out here where I show you my pretty new inside toys, but I got a dehumidifier for inside the house. And the other thing I got was an air purifier. So I have sprayed all around the baseboards and done everything that I know to do preventively. But I thought it would never hurt to have air purifiers in there, and so I got an air purifier that will purify down to a 0.01, which is great, because that should catch any mold spores between me doing the preventative work everywhere, and then that should catch it. And the other thing it really helps with is Gracie does not shed. She's a little Yorkie dog, and she does not shed. But Tigra, the little feral rescue cat who lets us live with her now, she does shed, and I am allergic to that. So I handle it pretty good, particularly since I've been living with her for quite a while. But when I got the air purifier in, good God, did I notice the difference in how I was feeling. So taking care of some things inside happened this week. The other thing that happened this week was I had another conversation with the woman over at the shed place, and another great conversation. I've had nothing but great interactions, great interactions there, and I will be shouting out to the people in the company and all of that once I get the shed delivered and I can show you the shed. But nevertheless, we had another conversation. I enlarged it an extra foot. It's now 8 by 15, which is 120 square feet, which is the limit that I can have, the limit of the size of a shed I can have without having to have a permit for it. That's right. So you know that's the angle I'm going. And what I did was I got myself an interest-free credit card. I really don't like using credit cards, and I particularly don't like interest. I have paid off all the credit card usage that I used during the 3 years where I was getting the house ready, buying tons of materials, paying tons of contractors. You know, a lot of that ended up being charged, and I have paid all of that off now in the amount of time that I've been living here. So here we go. I got a interest-free credit card to put the shed on, because that way at least I'm not paying all kinds of extra money with it. And I have a year to pay it off, and I know I'll be able to do that. But it allows me to go ahead and get the shed now, versus, you know, how I've been doing things here on the property since I moved here is, you know, I work and then, you know, save up the money and then pay for what I need and I've been waiting for, which is, for example, why the doors haven't been done. It's an inch by inch process this first year. Just kind of being careful with my money, being careful with how I spend it. But I really do need that shed so I can get the rest of empty the shed I have in St. Pete and get the rest of my possessions here. Most of them, which I will be getting rid of once I get it here and can go through it and sort it out. You know, there'll be things that I can recycle. There'll be things that I can give away to some charity, Habitat for Humanity, whatever I end up giving it away to. And then there'll be some stuff that will unfortunately just have to hit the bins. So getting that here is very important to me. I really want everything that is mine here with me, no longer in various places like it's been over the last 4 years while I was getting here. So that needs to happen. And I went ahead and signed the order. And now all I have to do is I need to call them when I get the actual card in my hand. Because even though I could put it in my Apple Wallet, they needed the full card. Their system required the full card number. So hopefully that will come this week, and I can get that taken care of. So what else now is happening this upcoming week, Kim? Okay, this is the week. I love the way all you can see is just her ears standing up here. Okay, so what's happening this week? This is the week. You ready? This is the week. This is the week that Tori is showing up on the property. So Tori is the woman who was referred to being by my friend Victoria. She is a landscaper and comes from a family of landscapers and farmers. Now look, could it be more perfect? No, it could not. So I am so excited. She's only going to be in town for a few days, and she is coming up here next Sunday. So I am trying really hard to not try to fix the whole property before she shows up. Yeah, because I'm one of those people. You know, like if somebody's going to come clean the house, you know, I will be that type of person that will clean it before they get here. Well, nobody comes and cleans my house anymore, because who needs somebody to clean a 382 square foot house? Not me, that's for sure. But the property needs a hell of a lot of cleaning. So I am not going to do that. I am going to wait for Tori to show up, and we are going to spend whatever time she has to be able to be on the property on Sunday. We're going to spend that time talking, making plans, figuring things out. I am hoping that we walk away from it with plans for what we're going to do when she returns. She lives in Pinellas County, and what we're going to do when she returns in September, because she will be coming back in September, and I think then she's staying. I think she's staying for a while, maybe for the winter. I'm making that up. I don't know for sure. All I know is that she's been in Tennessee, and she will be here next Sunday. So I am so excited about that, because I think that this is the beginning of me getting all of the woods handled. It's the beginning of me actually laying out areas for all the gardens. It's the beginning of me laying out what may happen with the ability for other people to live on the property, because she will be the one that will be helping me cut paths, cut trails, figure out what grows best where, landscape it. My moon circle that's going to be in the middle of the property, we're going to figure that out. So you can get why I'm excited, right? Yeah, I'm excited. So, all right, now I'm going to leave you, because really I've rambled enough at this point. So, Gracie and I. Oh yes, I am joining you in on the conversation. Gracie and I, we send you freedom for yourself and your life. Yes, yes, so much freedom. And peacefulness. We send you peacefulness. So much peacefulness that you can yawn like Gracie. Yes, that, just like that. Right. And we send you love. We both send you tons and tons and tons of love. Right? We send them love? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We do. We send them love. We send them love. And I'll give you some love too, because why not? While I'm sending it out there, I might as well give some to you. Okay, so all of that until we meet again. And I thank you. I always thank you, any of you who have followed along and pop in here or there. And of course, anybody new that happens to see us, and you know, if you want to see what's going to keep happening, because there's always something happening, then I hate when people do this, but I'm going to do this. Then feel free to subscribe and like and do all those things that people seem to think that you should do on YouTube. Mostly those subscribe so you know when my videos come out. Although pretty consistently they come out on Monday nights. I record everything on Sunday, I edit it on Monday, and get out on Monday night. But nevertheless, we will see you again soon. Babbling again, babbling. This is what happens when you have people living alone with their creatures on a big chunk of property away from everybody else, is then they talk into cameras a lot, I think. Yeah, okay. See you soon. Oh, it's funny, it doesn't do that. It does it on the way in, but not on the way out.